during the Clinton administration, I think I was in 3rd grade. So just wanted to get that out there. As for the transition, like I said, it is very important that this transition goes smoothly. As Joe pointed out, I mean, we're paying for these for the library and for the resources that it entails, and we deserve to have that open to us. I know that they're moving the library here in the RSC while they're doing the construction and things over there, and I think that the main thing that we need to focus on is making sure that there's enough faculty to make sure that the students know where it is. Again, making sure that the students know where it is. A huge problem is the communication between, you know, the university and the faculty and the students. Making sure that students know that the books are still available to them. Sure, they're not going to be in the same place, but as long as we can keep faculty moving and stay on top of it, it shouldn't be an issue. So I guess along with all of that is just making sure that the communication is up and that we make it go smoothly by making sure that we stay on top of it. Thanks.
Our next question returns to the presidential candidates, starting off with Logan Campa. What have you specifically done within the Student Government Association? Examples, legislation that you've passed, and individual projects which have benefited the student body.
One of the things I did, when I first got started, Stefan said I had to come up with a pet project. Didn't quite know what that was, but when I started thinking about it, I thought about my own experiences of living in the dorm, and I said, wait a minute, why don't we have recycling bins on each and every floor? We have a garbage can on every floor. We have stickers on the light switches in the bathroom that says, please conserve energy, turn off the lights when you're done. You know, something to that effect. But yet we don't have the basic resources of something like aluminum cans or tin can recycling. I have talked to RHA and I've talked to a couple of RAs on my floor and other floors, and they'd be willing to make it an actual program. By the time I actually got through with that, though, it's kind of late in the year that they decide not to implement it this year, but they'd start it right away next year, and they'd make it into a dorm contest, like they do into a dorm Olympics type thing, where whoever can, you know, you get X number of points for X number of aluminum cans you are able to collect. And with that money, they then use that money to then funnel back into the dorms by, say, you know, having more money for floor programs and such. So that's one of the things I've personally done to try to make this campus better than it was when I got here. Thank you.
Travis, same question.
This year as a senator, my pet project has been, as I said before, the Child Care Center issue. Last year I served as diversity director. I served for one semester. I sort of fell into that position by accident after I was appointed as the vice director, and the director abruptly resigned shortly thereafter. I was able to make a lot of connections with people. I got to know the issues pretty well. Talked with Chip Beal quite often. The issues of diversity on campus, I was able to get a good grasp of that. And if I'm elected, I think that would be one of my strong suits. Yeah.
Same question to you.
I just answered
You
that.
answered already?
Yeah.
Come on, in that case, let's go to a new question. We'll go with you again.
Okay.
What, in your estimation, was the largest mistake or miscalculation made by the last administration, and how would you approach that problem differently?
a mistake the current administration has made. To be honest, I haven't really seen too many flaws in the administration, or even none at all, to be honest. I feel that the administration has done a fairly good job at connecting with students. They've done a good job at informing students, and I feel that overall the Stephen Fletcher administration will be considered one of the better administrations on campus, if not one of the best. Thank you.
I too agree that there really aren't that many mistakes that have been made in the past year. If I had to find one, it would be probably what those in SGA have noticed, the revolving door of Senate seats, of resignations and reappointments and resignations and reappointments. I don't necessarily see that as a fault of the administration, although looking back on it, it could have probably been done better. There could have been more of a screening process. We could have taken more time to find appropriate appropriate students to fill those seats that were dedicated and were willing to put in the time and were serious about it. I think that's really, on the surface, the only thing that I could see that could have been done better.
Travis, this next question is for you. As you may know, UWS has not been a member of the United Council of UW System Students for the past 3 years. This leaves the students without a direct voice in Madison. How do you plan to ensure UWS students are represented at the state capitol?
The plan that Joe Stenzel and I have put forward is to directly lobby the state legislature and position our student government to lobby them in person. We feel that United Council at this point is unviable, ineffective, irrelevant, and marginalized. They really, they have professional lobbyists lobbying on our behalf, and I think the state legislature knows on both sides of the aisle that they don't have a mandate because they have nothing to back it up. And I feel that breaking away from United Council is a very good choice on behalf of the students, and I would strongly encourage the other campuses at the UW system to join us, Green Bay, Eau Claire, and River Falls, who've already broken away. Another problem with United Council, I think the main problem with United Council is they have broken away from their main mission, and that is to keep tuition costs down. They've branched out into social activism, which, even though I agree with the stances they take, those social causes cannot be achieved in committees run by career politicians in training, which is essentially what they are. It has to be done at the grassroots level, and it has to be done spontaneously, using a diversity of tactics. It can't be done, from the top down. It has to go from the bottom up. So I would not like to see us be involved with United Council, and I think we can provide an alternative by directly lobbying in person.
The United